Okay, here's the whole truth. I'm a bad student.
I knew it, chat!
And right now this doesn't look like it will change anytime soon, as me and my parents have tried every single studying technique known to mankind. And if you want to know the most painful one, watch the linked video in the right corner first. But every time that sweet school year is over, my report card ends up looking kinda solid?
Join me as I unreveal the secrets behind me
Being the loud class clown to completely crushing it by being a teacher's pet. Back in elementary school, I was like the most popular kid in school, okay? There wasn't a day where I didn't make silly jokes, draw more or less creative sketches in my book, and if the class was awkwardly quiet for once, I was the one missing. Living my best life, I soon saw a devil approaching to me. Who are you?
You're going into middle school now, buddy.
Because everybody was now older than me, I just didn't know how to fit in. And for the next 2 years, I would just have no friends at all, man. It was pretty sad. In lunch breaks, I'd be just walking around randomly trying to get that over. And because there wasn't a single person left that would listen to my jokes, I would just lose the urge of making jokes at all at some point. And I truly was a good student. I just wasn't somebody who seemed like an interesting person to talk to. Then 7th grade came. And man, it was absolutely boring. It felt like that was just a class to fill the barrier between this easy peasy 1 + 1 = 3 and random physics. And that's exactly how it felt to me. Just straight up did important but boring stuff that the next classes would be based on. And if something is boring, I can pay as much attention as I want, but still...
Yo, Treeager, in what kind of parallel universe are you in today now?
Yo, sir, I'm 100% here, okay? And at that point, school would just get harder, man. Until like 6th grade, I was one of the best students in school. I never had to study. My brain wasn't even able to comprehend that word into an actual meaning. So the first time I actually had to study for real, it was like...
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
The first times I had to study, it was actually pretty chill. I had no problems focusing, which I luckily still don't have today. But there are so many ways to make your brain remember that study stuff that I just didn't know which one to go with. And I still don't know which one I should use today. I was just trying different techniques all the time. It was quite the risk, man. And we just completed the corona pandemic where we learned absolutely nothing. So if you combine all of these facts together, you realize that wouldn't work. My grades slowly got worse and worse because stuff got harder. And if I actually understood what I was told for once, that stuff was all built on another topic from before that I didn't understand. The teachers though either seemed to comfort me because I got a bad grade or were proud that I kept going. And remembering that I was very nice and never disturbed class anymore, they just started liking me. For example, chemistry class, okay? I failed one exam, got away with a D one time, and the only things I've ever actually said in class were like, well, you know, if you put this and that stuff and that together, you get a something. That must have amazed my teacher so much that I got a C+ on my report card, while the actual teacher's pet that was smart, helped everybody, almost failed the class entirely. And one day I found myself asking the teacher, sir, didn't you forget to give us homework? No, just kidding, I never went that far yet. But well, here in Germany, our final grade, at least at my school, gets put together from 2 different aspects. Your grades from your exams combined and your oral grade, which often end up mattering more than your actual exam grades.
Fun facts with Treeager.
And your oral grade for most teachers isn't just how you participate in class. No. A big part is how you participate in class. But then they also take a look if you're interested in the topic, are nice to others socially. While social behavior actually has its very own part on my report card. And if my English teacher is ever going to watch this, please don't change my grade. It's pretty fair in English. You don't have to do this. But man, it's literally such an easy task to just participate in class. Because, one more time, questions that show you didn't understand anything matter the same for your grade in a good way as saying something helpful that shows you did understand. Come on, Ahmed, raise your hand.
No!
You gotta raise your hand more often, man. And maybe the last thing that might matter is that I put teachers on the same level as me. When I'm just standing in a hallway or walking in town, I randomly see one of my old teachers and just casually start a conversation with them. Teachers literally have to prepare class for the next day in the afternoon when every living human should be able to have some free time. Just for them to get absolutely roasted by the students, I couldn't imagine that. And I think that's something you really need to talk about. If you let your teachers have a good time with your existence, they will also have a fun time having to teach you. So let's just all try to be nice here, and maybe that will even boost your grade. Well, I'ma go study now. Hey, this video took a significant amount of time to animate, so it would really brighten my day if you wrote a supportive comment. I will also be able to add a donation link soon, but until that, you can just click the playlist right here to let the algorithm know that you watch all of my videos. You can also rewatch the video and try to find some Easter eggs I have hidden. I have all written them in the description. Cheers!
It's the Treeager. No one animates better. Ha ha. It's the Treeager. No one animates better than me.